Hi guys, morning. How are you all?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So can you introduce yourself by telling your name and where are you from and what is the educational background and whether you are working, we can say how many years of experience you have and which relevant field. Just brief introduction. Don't take much time. So in short, and don't say your company name anything else. Okay, just say how many years of experience and which relevant field which you are working.
Okay, sure. I myself Prasanna Kumar. Currently, I am living in Hyderabad. I have totally 6.5 years experience in pharmaceutical field, and I completed my pharmacy in pharmaceutical analysis.
Okay, Prasanna, nice. Next.
Hi, myself Kiran Kumar. I'm living in Hyderabad. I have experience of 8 years in analytical analytics. I'm studying. I'm from pharmaceutical analysis.
Okay, are you working?
Yes, I'm working. I have 8 years of experience.
Okay, fine. So in the which department you are from?
From R&D.
R&D. Okay, nice. Thanks. Thanks, Jivan. So next,
Hi, good morning,
Prasanna is
Arun.
Jivan is over. Next, Satish.
Hi, good morning, Arun.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Satish. I have a 5.5 years of experience in pharmaceutical industry, and also now I'm working in the software. And basically, I'm working in a Linux application, technical expert. And
You,
SAP also have some idea on
Satish, your
application.
voice is not
What?
clear. Your voice is not clear, Satish.
Is it right now? Audible, correct, perfect.
Yeah, yeah. It's audible now. Tell me,
Yeah.
Satish.
Yeah, my name is Satish. I have a 5.5 years of experience in pharmaceutical industry.
Okay, fine.
Right now, I'm working with the software industry, and right now I'm working in the LIMS application technical expert.
Okay,
So
fine.
I know a little bit about SAP. So I want to know more about the SAP application.
Fine, fine.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next, Ashok.
I myself Satyanarayana Murthy. I
Okay,
completed my post graduation in 2017. From there onwards, I'm working in pharmaceutical industry. Sir. Up to
okay,
now, I'm working
okay. You are working. So, which department you are working in?
analytical R&D. Sir.
Okay. Fine. Next, Manikant.
Hello, my name is Markan. I am basically from Gulbarga and I am studying mechanical engineering. I am not working still.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. And last, Ashok. Ashok. Ashok, are you able to hear me? Ashok is there?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ashok. Tell me.
Sir, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
So myself Ashok, I am from Warangal, sir,
Yeah,
and my qualification is B Pharmacy. I have a 9 years experience in the pharmaceutical industry in QC department.
fine, fine. So I think most of the guys you are from almost all maximum pharmaceutical background, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And one is a fresher, so he is pursuing mechanical. So no problem. So I think so you know about ERP and ERP products, ERP software, right?
I have a knowledge on that, but we didn't know deep.
Okay, so you know the various modules in the ERP SAP, right?
Yes, little bit we know.
Okay, fine. So we'll explain about. So I will give you brief introduction about the what are all the ERP products and what is ERP. And in ERP, there will be again the ERP products. The main important product is the SAP. So which currently maximum like 80 to 90%. Now earlier 70 to 75 was there. Now 80% of the industries they are using SAP as a ERP product, ERP software, because it is having a various functionalities and advantages features, so which gives the faster results. So because of that only every industry is preferring to implement the SAP system in their company. So I will explain you all the details starting from its journey, how it has started. So here you are seeing, right? Your 1 minute. I'm able to. So we'll share my screen first. Hope you guys able to see my screen, right? Okay. So what is ERP? ERP is nothing but it is a enterprise resource planning. So it is nothing but it is a ERP is a one product or tool which will help in a business or in business operation or in business process to streamline the business process. It will record the data. Any business you can take. See, any business you can take, either it may be a pharmaceutical industry, either it may be a steel industry, either it may be auto sector. So in every industry, there will be a lot of business transaction will be there. There will be a lot of business process will be there, right? So you have a production process, you have a finance transactions, you have a quality process, right? You have a again the assembly process. So whatever may be the different operations within the business process is there. So to record the business data, right? We need a one software within a business. So that software is nothing but a ERP. So here the ERP stands for the enterprise. E means enterprise, R means resource, P means planning. See, enterprise is nothing but a any business. Either it may be a normal small scale business, medium scale business, large scale business. It is a business. So resource means, so we need a to run the business we need main resources. What are all the resources? That is nothing but a four M's. Manpower is required, machineries are required, materials are required, and most importantly, for to get all these three, so we need a vitamin M. That is nothing but a very important money, right? Without which we cannot able to run our business. So for successful running of business, we have to make a planning, right? P means here planning. So without planning, you cannot able to run the business, right? Even though if you have a manpower, you have a machine, you have a material, you have a money. What is the next? You have a planning tool, right? So whatever may be the to run the business, we have to make a plan in such a way that our business should run successfully. So that's why the planning or the ERP, the for successful running of business is planning. So how planning will be done? By integrating a various business departments within the company or within the business or within the enterprise. That is nothing but ERP. In ERP, so we have a various software products. Like as you are seeing in the screen, we have a SAP as a lead software and Oracle and Tally, PeopleSoft, Workday, Microsoft Dynamics, Ban, Kinaxis, Coupa. These are all the ERP products, nothing but a ERP software products. So now the leading in the market is SAP, because as I said, as I told, the SAP is a leading software in the globally. It is a highest using software in the global market. Why it is using, we can see in the next slides. So come to the SAP. The SAP stands for the System Applications and Products in Data Processing. How it has started the journey? So SAP itself is a software, and SAP itself is a largest software company. It is established in the year of 1972, and it is started in Germany. How it was started? Earlier, there are 5 former IBM employees. They are working in IBM company. IBM also, it is using ERP product, maybe ERP product, maybe Oracle they are using, maybe other Ban or Kinaxis, whatever may be the other products which they are using. And they thought that key in the mind, why can't we develop one separate software so that it can it can integrate the all the departments within the business process. Because in Oracle, there is no much integration is there. So you cannot get the production module. So only the tally will help. So tally will help the Oracle, tally also Oracle software. Tally will help in the finance part, in the procurement part, and in the stores part. But other part, it is not supporting. So because of that, to integrate the system, to get one platform, so they thought that key, why can't we develop one system? That is nothing but a SAP system. That SAP stands for System Applications and Products in Data Processing. This is the largest market contribution is there. As I said, now the current market share is 80 to 90% it is there. Almost all 80 to 90% of the manufacturing industries, they are using the SAP as a ERP software. And even though real estate also, nowadays, real estate, all service related companies also, they are implementing the SAP, because SAP is having a various complex functionalities, and it will gives a faster results, and it will helpful for the analysis of data, and it will gives a profitable business. And for SAP in the market, huge demand is there. So because currently, so there are a lot of openings for the SAP consultants. If you see, if you see in the Naukri or any LinkedIn, anything, na, so you have vast openings in for the SAP. So for next to up to 20 to 25 years, I can say till 2040 to 2050, there is a huge demand for the SAP. Because now the current version, like maximum companies, maximum industries, they are using ECC version. How Tally or some other softwares, there will be a different versions. Similarly, in SAP also we have a ECC version. ECC is nothing but an ERP central component, that is 6.0 version. So now they are switching into the S4 HANA. S4 HANA, I will explain you what is S4 HANA and what are all the features of S4 HANA. I will explain you in the next slides. So it was journey started, SAP journey started in the year of 1972. Earlier, we call it as a SAP R1. R1 means real-time one-tier architecture structure. Okay, architecture. And SAP R2, it was started in the 1979. And similarly, SAP R3, 1992. So the journey started again. So now from the year of 2004 and up to 2014, so maximum all industries, they are using a SAP ECC version. Now from 2015 onwards, S4 HANA has started. And S4 HANA, it was it is a implementation stage. It is not fully flexibly implemented. So it was in the developmental stage. It is in R&D stage. So 19 onwards, it is fully pledged. So every industries are using a S4HANA. So I will explain you S4HANA in the next slides. So this slide shows the architecture of SAP. Not only SAP, any software, how it works usually. The architecture consists of one is a presentation layer, another is a application layer, another is a database layer. So presentation layer, what is the function of present? For example, if you are using a laptop or any in your system, you have a like presentation, like graphical user interface, display monitor. So that is nothing but a graphical user interface. That interface, whatever you are inputting on in the keyboard, that will reflect output as a your whatever you have inputted. So that will show as a output. So how you are inputting, so how you are getting the output, that is based on these architecture. Okay. So presentation layer will presents the whatever you have inputted in the system, that will be presented at the graphical user interface. And application layer, whatever you are inputting in the system, okay, that inside itself, within the system itself, it will be calculated. There will be a logical program, there will be coding will be there, everything will be processed within the system, and it will be triggered at the output layer. That is nothing but a presentation layer. The application layer function is, it will be used for the processing the logic or whatever may be the data which you are input, that will be processed in the application layer. So here if you see, the presentation layer, right? So here the application layer, what you will do in the keyboard, if you press anything, so this will go to the application layer. Application layer, it will be like, there will be a logic and program, it will be processed, and it will go to the database layer, because database layer is a layer where all the data will be stored. So that data will be fetched and it will be come like return back to the application layer, and then from the application layer it will come back to the display monitor or presentation layer. This is the architecture of SAP. Not only SAP, any system you can take. Okay. And here the database layer is very important. Whatever may be the logic, programming, everything will be there. Data will be there, transactional data, master data, every data will be stored here. And application layer, how you are using your mobile application, right? You have a various apps. So your apps will only like process the data. It will retrieve from the database. It will come to the application layer. It will displace to the presentation layer. Okay. Now next slide is SAP S4HANA. So earlier maximum industries, they are using ECC version. ECC is nothing but a ERP central component. That is also one of the version. Now 2019 onwards, the S4HANA is coming into the picture in the market. Now ECC is going to sunset by 2027. So there will not be any ECC version in the market, and every industry, every company has to switch to the SAP S4HANA version. Because of that only, the demand in the market for the SAP consultant is high. And S4HANA is having a vast features. Okay. It is a various features which is having almost all complex related process. Business, whatever the complex business process is there, so that is giving the solution will be given by the S4HANA. That's what S is nothing but a simplified. It is nothing but a, for any business it is suitable. SAP S4HANA is a next generation enterprise resource planning business suite designed to run on SAP's in-memory platform. So whatever HANA is there, this is 4 means S4 means fourth generation. HANA is nothing but it is a database. Earlier, database will be stored. Whatever the data is there, that will be stored in separate the server. like how you will have a floppy hard disk, right? So either pen drives, like that. They are like every company is procuring a separate server for the data storage. Now in S4HANA, what they have made, instead of taking the separate server for the storage of data, within the RAM itself, the every data will be stored in the RAM itself. Because of that only, in-memory platform. S4HANA is nothing but a high-performance analytical appliance. It is an in-memory database. Because of this functionality only, S4HANA will give the transactional results or data results within a fraction of seconds, because it is directly storing in the RAM. Earlier, you are using a separate disk for the storage. Now, it is directly storing in the RAM. So that is the main functionality, and it gives the streamlined data, easy to understand tool designing, and easy to use, capable of performing complex calculations. Whatever may be the complex calculation is there, that will be calculated within a fraction of second, and it will give the result to the end users. And capable of handling huge data, because it is directly storing in the RAM. And RAM is a main function of RAM is it is processing, right? It is random access memory. It will immediate give the results to the users. And we can deploy this S4HANA. Deployment means whether you can directly on-premise, means you can directly download into your system, and you can use your own company softwares. That can also be possible. On cloud means you can take the rental basis. On cloud is nothing but a rental. So on premise is nothing but a own house. On premise and cloud, the difference is own house, rented house. Like how the Amazon Prime is there. Amazon Prime, you are making a membership, right? So you have to pay for the membership fees for the particular duration. Similarly, this on cloud is working like similar to the uh, Prime membership. And hybrid, you can have a both the on premise and on cloud off. That deployment option also there, that will be taken care by the technical team. Here you should not like more concentrate on the deployment part, because deployment will be taken care by the technical team. And the versions in the S4HANA, since it is started in the year of 2015, from 2015 to 2019, earlier the version will be named as by using a year and the month code. See here 1511 is nothing but a first two digits will be year. It will indicates the year 2015, and second last two digits will be it is the month. So means November 2015, the first version has released for the S4HANA. And second version it is in the 2016 October. And third 17909 170. From 2020 onwards, they started to name it as a version as a year. They removed the month version. So now onwards, it is using a 2023. Now current version is 2023 only, and 2024 is going to implement very shortly. Still, there are some lot of other implementation, like other features are to be added. So it is implementation stage. Maybe by September or October, they are going to implement the 2024 version. Hope this is clear. If you have any doubt, you can raise your hand or you can ask a question. And okay, any doubt, you can feel free to ask.
Hello,
Yeah,
Arvind, is it audible?
yes, yes, yes.
This S4 HANA is the application server, or this is the database server?
See, it is a both application and database. Okay, because as I
Both.
said, okay, as I said, so the deployment
Uh,
option is the either it is on premise and the cloud version, right? So whatever may be the
Okay.
use, so those will be application will be there in the system, and whatever may be the data is there, that is directly storing in the RAM.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
What is the difference between regular SAP and S4 Anna? So like
See, regular SAP,
the only
they,
features,
yeah. So
both
you
transactions
just
are same or is it different?
see the difference. I will explain you in the next. What are all the main differences there?
Okay.
Okay, is ECC
Okay.
and
Okay.
what ECC is having, what the S4HANA is having. Okay, that I'm going to explain in the next slide.
Okay.
So coming to the modules, okay, SAP modules. So before going to the SAP modules, so I want to explain you one small business process so that you can understand the how the modules will come into the picture in the business process. Okay.
Okay.
So I will do one thing. I will remove all. Let's explain one business process taking as a your pharmaceutical industry only. Okay. This is your pharmaceutical industry. Okay. Can I take which pharma? It is Reddy's pharma. Reddy's lab pharmaceutical, na? Okay, Reddy's pharma.
Yes,
They
yes,
are
sir.
manufacturing
Yes,
of,
sir.
yeah, the various drugs, various products. Okay, and this is a pharmaceutical company, and they are having a production lines, right? They are having a production lines within a plant. These are all the production lines, and they are having a two storage area, that is raw material storage area, and another is a finished product storage area. Storage area. Okay, and I will write FG. FG is nothing but a finished goods storage area. This is finished goods storage. Okay, so this is a production lines. These are all the production lines. Just roughly, I'm explaining you how the models will come into the pictures for any business process. Okay, I am taking Reddy's Pharma as a business process, and here there are two production lines, and there will be a storage area, raw material storage area, and finished goods storage area. So how I explained, there are like for any business run, we need a 4 M's, right? Manpower is required, machineries are required, and materials, that is nothing but a raw materials. Raw materials are required, and money is required, right? So here, if you talk about the raw materials, so how raw material will be available in the manufacturing company? So you have to procure the raw material from outside, right? To procure the raw material, which department is responsible for procuring the raw material? Can anyone guess? Anyone having the idea? Which department is responsible for procuring the raw material? You have to interact, then only I will get some like boost up. You can
Like
unmute
sup-
yourself, you can unmute yourself and say what is the answer for that.
like supply chain management.
Yeah, so earlier in ECC version, there is a separate module called material management, right? Material management. So material management is responsible for procuring the raw material. But in S4HANA version, so someone has asked the what is the difference between the earlier the ERP and now ECC and now S4HANA. In S4HANA, we call it as a sourcing and procurement. Sourcing and procurement. This is the one of the difference. So earlier the procurement module is called as a material management module. So now the sourcing and procurement in S4HANA it is called as a sourcing and procurement. So whatever the company business process is there, so there will be a separate department, and the requisition, the raw material requisition will be given by the production team. Okay. So whatever the raw material is required for the production, so they gives the requirement to the sourcing and procurement team. So sourcing and procurement module so will come into the picture here. Okay, here the sourcing and procurement model will come into the picture, and sourcing and procurement is the responsible for sourcing. Sourcing is nothing but a selection of the vendors where actually these materials are available. Where can we procure the material, these material? For example, for pharmaceuticals, you need various chemicals, right? So how you get the chemicals from the market? For that, there is a sourcing team. Sourcing team, their responsibility is to find the resources, exact sources of the getting the raw material. And procurement team, they will process the procurement process. What procurement is? So like PR, purchase requisition to purchase order, then purchase order to again goods receipt to again the payment processing. This is nothing but a procurement processing. So the sourcing and procurement module will be responsible for procuring the raw materials. Once you once the purchase requisition is made by the user department, so that will be converted into purchase order. Here purchase requisition is coming from the user department. PR, we call it as a purchase requisition as a called as a PR, user department. So user department will give the purchase requisition and it will be converted into PO. So PO will be issued by the procurement team and it will go to the vendor. Vendor is nothing but a supplier. So vendor will supply the products. Products is nothing but a raw material, RM. Once the raw material is coming to the factory, coming to the company, okay, coming to the company. So raw material is coming to the company here. So raw material, once it is reaching to the company stores department or warehouse department, it will be responsible for receiving the raw materials. What they will do, they will receive the material where they will receive within the storage area or stores, or it is called as a warehouse. Now it is called as a WM. Okay, it is nothing but a warehouse. Warehouse. The receipt of raw material within the warehouse will be the responsibility of warehouse management module. So now in ECC earlier they used as a warehouse module. Now they are using as a EW. EWM is the new functional module that is nothing but a extended warehouse management module. So extended warehouse management module also having its own features. Earlier in warehouse management, there is no in-depth storage bins. So now in the storage bins also there in the extended warehouse management module, and we can process the outbound delivery into the for the dispatching process, and inbound delivery for the goods receipt process. So now once the receive the raw material, that will be goods receipt will be done. That is GR. GR earlier they used a different transaction code, but in S4HANA they use only one transaction code MIGO. Earlier for GR na, so they will use as a MB1B, MB1A. So like that transaction they are using. So now in S4HANA, lot of T codes. So we called as a transaction codes. T codes are been optimized. The main functionality, main difference in the ECC and the S4HANA is the T codes are reduced and tables also reduced, because to to minimize the data, to for they have combined the table codes also. That is the functionality of the S4HANA. And once the goods receipt is done, there will be a payment process, because the you have received the material, raw material, right? For receipt of the raw material, you have your warehouse team is doing MIGO, right? Goods receipt. Once the goods receipt is done, here the stock will be built, right? Stock will be generated. So here the stock will be generated and stored in the warehouse. Stock will be generated and stored in particular location. So after receiving the goods, you have to make the payment to the vendor, right? To make the payment to the vendor, we call it as a in financial term, okay, we account payable. We call it as a AP. AP is nothing but a account payable. Account payable. So that is nothing but a paying to the vendor. So there the finance model will come into the picture. I am explaining you how each and every model will come into the business process and how they are integrated with each other. Okay, because here the business is linked with the each and every department, and all the data will be available at one system, single system. That is nothing, that is the functionality of the SAP S4HANA. So here finance model will come into the picture, and to analyze the cost. So cost, what is the cost? So you have procuring the raw material, right? So how much is the landed cost? Means from point of source to point of destination, like from supplying point to from receiving point, how much cost is incurred? So who is going to calculate? That is calculated by the controlling team. Controlling team. So basically we call it as a FICO module. FICO is nothing but a finance and controlling. Finance and controlling module. So this will come into picture. What is the role of finance team? So they will do the MIRO. MIRO is nothing but a vendor invoice processing. Vendor invoice processing. So they process the vendor invoice as per the goods received, and they make the payment settlement to the vendor. Once the payment is done, that so your inventory is reconciled with the vendor payment, because your money is converted into a raw material. So once the raw material is available, what will be the next? The store will issue, this warehouse will be issued to production line. How production line they will issue? They production line, so they are requesting, like requesting reservation. They will reserve the raw material request. Okay, they will do the reservation for the raw material request, and they request to the warehouse to issue the raw material. Once the raw material is issued to the production line, okay, raw material is issued to the production line, so the production will starts, right? How production will start? So here the warehouse function is coming, and here the production will coming. Production will start from the planning. So based on the raw material availability, the production module. So here the PP module will come into the picture. Production and planning module. This production and planning module is the responsibility of production department. Initially, they will make the planning. Planning means what? Whether raw material is available or not. If the raw material is available, not available, so they will put an indent to the procurement department. Again, procurement department will do the PO, PRPO, then goods will be received from the vendor. So this is the planning section, and parallelly, once the raw material is available, so based on the raw material availability, they will go for the production. This week, how much we are going to produce, what is the raw material availability, and how much we can able to produce. So they will shift wise, they will make the planning. That is the functionality of the production planning module. Okay. Once the production is done, so next is what? Finished products, right? Before finished products, okay, once the products are readily available, what is the next? It will not directly will be sold, right? It will go for the quality inspection, right? Quality inspection will come into the picture. So for quality, which department is responsible? QM, quality management module. QM module will come into the picture. Here for FG storage also, warehouse will come into the picture, EWM will come into the picture. But before moving to the final warehouse, so it will be quality will be checked and quality will be tested. If all the results are okay, then only the quality will be made okay. Then it will be released to the unrestricted stock. Unrestricted stock. In the stock, warehouse stock, we will call it as a unrestricted stock. Unrestricted stock is nothing but it is ready for dispatch. The products are okay, you can go for the dispatch. Based on this stock, for example, this 1,000 quantity is there. Okay. Here the quality module, I explained the quality module, how they are coming into the picture based on for the quality inspection. Okay. Here the products are ready, the FG. So your products are stored under FG storage location. Okay. So based on this stock, the sales and marketing team, they will monitor the stock. Okay. So based on the stock availability, so they will sell to the product to the market. How they will sell? They will find the customer. Usually when the company has started, they will search for the customer. There will be a marketing strategy will be there. There will be advertisement will be there. There will be a promotional will be there. Like all the promotional activities. So like there will be a separate team will be there. Marketing purpose. They will go for the advertisement, right? They do the advertisement and they go like physical visit to the customers, so that based on that they will develop the customers. Once the customers are developed, they get the orders. Once the orders they received, they will make the sales order. They will punch the sales order. So now for punching the sales order, which department is responsible? Sales and distribution module will come into the picture. SD module will come into the picture. For selling the product and distributing. Distribution is nothing but a logistics module. Logistics module. In logistics module, we have a separate advanced module, that is TM module. TM module, transportation management module. So transportation management module is responsible for picking, packing, okay, loading, calling the trucks, okay, loading the goods and moving the products to the customer. Till it reaches to the customer, the transportation module is the responsible for that. And for the sales, getting the order from the customer and processing the sales order, okay, and pricing, they are putting the pricing, they are giving the discounts, right? They are negotiating with the customer to get the more orders, getting the contracts, long-term contracts. These are all the functionality of the sales and distribution modules. Okay. And here TM module will come into the picture. And once the you sell the products, again, there will be a payment from the customer. How you will receive the payment? That is nothing but a AR. So earlier we called as a to pay the vendor, we call it as a AP, account payable. Here, account receivable. Account receivable. Once the customer is received the products, there will be a payment term. It is a agreement between the seller and the buyer, supplier and the buyer. So what is the payment term? Payment term will be 30 days after receipt of material, for example. So once the he receives the goods, customer receives the product, after 30 days, he will make the payment. Once the payment is received, so finance team will come into the picture. Finance will pay, like process the payment. He will process the payment. Now, your revenue will be generated. Company's revenue will be generated. So here, sales and distribution module, transportation management module, quality management module, okay. And in between these production lines, right? This production lines is there. So PP module will come, production and planning module will come. And for this machinery maintenance, there is a separate module will be there, that is plant maintenance. Because machineries are running wrong time, right? So which we need to be maintained properly. For the machine maintenance, there will be a separate module, PM module. So here the PM module will be integrated. So entire machine responsibility, machine maintenance, preventive maintenance, breakdown maintenance, right? Shutdown maintenance will be taken care by the plant maintenance module. So this is what how the each and every module will be integrated with each other. This can be only achieved in the SAP. So because of that purpose only, every industry is using the various like the software called SAP. There are other modules also there. Okay, the human resource management, that is HR module. Earlier in ECC it is called as a HR module. Now for manpower maintenance, okay, whatever with time management, employee management, everything will be like payment settlement, like leave management, everything will be taken care by the from hiring to exit. From like hiring to exit, it will be taken care by the HCM module. And I have global trade service GTS module. This is especially for the export and export import compliance. Okay, that is called as a global trade service. For getting the customs clearance, everything will be handled by the global trade service GTS model. And project system, from starting to like erection to commencement, that will be done by the project system. Any new company which is establishing now, so there will be a two like project will be there, right? So they have to go for the erection and they have to commencement is nothing but a starting of the production. Still from foundation to implementation, there will be a separate module, project system. These are all the functional modules. In SAP modules, we have a two category. One is a functional module, another is a technical modules. Technical modules will be taken care by the technical consultant. And as we are learning a functional module, we are responsible for the functional modules. Here I am going to explain you I am the responsible for SAP sales and distribution. Okay. I am expert in SAP SD, and I am having 18 years of experience in manufacturing sectors, and parallelly I am having 8 years of experience in the SAP consultant. Currently, I am working as a SAP consultant on the SD module. So these are all the technical modules. So no need to concentrate on very much on the technical modules, because it is related to the technicals, coding, and all those things else there. So whenever I'm going to explain the SD module, functional module, I will explain you how the technical is related to the SD. There will be some normal support will come. So only we will seek for the supporting purpose. We seek the help from the technical module consultant. Okay, this is all about the this thing, the various SAP functional modules. So if you have any doubt, you can raise a hand and you can ask. You can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions. Any doubt?
No, Arvind, it's clear.
Okay, fine. So next, someone has asked what is the difference between the on-premise and the cloud, right? This is the difference between the on-premise and the cloud. So related to the on-premise, the license will be traditional license. So it will be one-time license. Okay. But in cloud version, we have to subscribe, right? How you are subscribing to the Amazon Prime, right? You have a monthly, you have a quarterly, you have a half yearly, yearly. Like that, you have to subscribe. Related to the infrastructure and maintenance, it is a sole responsibility of the whichever the company which is using, like which is installed. On-premise means from entire maintenance will be responsibility of the that company itself, individual itself. Whereas in the on cloud, it is a responsibility of the SAP company, SAP implementation partner, whoever may be. The implementation partner will be there, or SAP company is there direct. They are the responsible for the maintenance, and it's whatever may be the any like upgradation, any changes, new implementation, it is there. So that will be responsibility of the service provider itself. Whereas in the on-premise, you are the responsible for the everything, and you need separate staff for that, because any updation will be there. Again, you have to inform to the downline team to take the down, and you have to upgrade, right? That is the sole responsibility of the company itself. And customer has full control over speeds. Here you can raise the speed, you can control the speed for the innovation, and you can make the plan downtime for plan, and changes. If you want any changes, you can make it. But in cloud version, there is no change possibility. Partially it is possible, but fully it is not possible. Okay, because here whatever the standard process is there, that only you can able to adapt. See, predefined best practices configuration within limited specialization. But in on-premise, you can do any customization. For example, you have a sales process in your company, you have a various sales process. If you want to enhancement, if you want to enhance new process within the sales itself, you can request for the consultant, and based on the request, so he will gather the information and he will develop the new process within the system itself, and he will give for the using, or like he may give the implementation, he may implement it, and he will give for the end results, and you can utilize for that for your business process for any kind. For example, if you have a print form like invoice document print, if you want any changes in the printed form, you want new information to be added, new fields to be added, right? So that information we can do in the on premises, but in cloud version it is highly not possible, and they are not going to recommend, because it is a subscription edition. Whatever may be the standard is there, that can only be used, otherwise you cannot able to do. and based on they can do, but only the again it will be additionally charged. But whereas in on-premise, one time cost, you can do the n number of customization. So as I said, the ABAP code, see the fully traditional ABAP code and up to core modification, which is not recommended because already every code, every detail will be available here only. But here in this, so it is very like a cloud version, it is highly extensibility with limited version is there. And also within the module itself, you have a various differences that I'm going to explain when you are enrolled na. So at that time when I'm explaining the each and every topics na, that time I will explain you what is the difference between the S4HANA and ECC. And related to the course content, so we have a total 60 hours. It will take normally earlier it is 45 hours. Now I have added few more topics like that is advanced topics. Based on that only it is taking a 60 hours. So if we cover like sometimes we may in the weekend, if we cover additional hours, we can reduce it to up to 45 hours also based on your how much regular it is there. So you should be regular, you should be on time so that we can cover fastly also. Okay. So I have covered all those things, and maximum whatever may be the in current scenario in the interview, whatever they are asking all the questions, I am going to cover all topics starting from introduction, landscapes, everything. And even though various functional modules, technical modules already now I explained, right? How it is coming into the picture, and starting from enterprise structure, definition, assignment. Okay. So this is nothing but enterprise structure is nothing but a constructing a new company within the SAP system. How we are defining our own department. For sales and distribution module, we have a separate departments. I will show you the enterprise structure, how it looks like. This is an enterprise structure. So take Kia India Private Limited as example. We have a company code. Okay. We have a, so this is company code will be responsibility of finance module. And within the company code, we have a sales department. Since we are going to learn here the sales and distribution model, we are responsible for these 5 org structure for org elements. One is a sales organization, another is a distribution channel and division, and sales office and sales group. And this will be responsibility of finance module. Plant will be the responsibility of the sourcing and procurement team and PP team. Either anyone can be responsible for to create the plant. And storage location, it is a MM module. Shipping point, it either may be MM or SD. So like that, so we are going to learn one is a definition part. Definition is nothing but a how we are defining the various organizational element in the SAP. How we are linking, like for example, there is a Reddy's lab, right? Reddy's Pharmaceuticals. How we are creating Reddy's company in the SAP. That I am going to show you in the as per the real-time scenarios. And how we are linking each and every elements, that is nothing but a linking of elements. Organization element is nothing but a assignment. It is nothing but a mapping of one to one. So by mapping only, whatever may be the transactions which you are doing within the organization element, that will be hit to the company code. So finally, the company code is responsibility of the profit and loss accounts. Your balance sheet will be generated in the company code itself. Okay. And so master data will be there, and BP. So earlier in the ECC, we call it as a customer master and vendor master separately. Now they have reduced the T codes and they made only one single platform, that is nothing but a BP. BP is nothing but a business partner. So there will be a lot of configuration. So KDS is very important. How the sales will be like sales will happen based on the which key configuration. There will be a lot of key configuration will be there. Okay, and various business processes there. Standard process, sales process will be there. Cash sales process is there. Rush order is there. Credit memo, debit memo, invoice correction, right? Contracts. In contract also we have a two type contract. One is a quantity contract, value contract. In value contract also we have a two different contracts. One is a general item, another is a material specific. And sales return also there. How return sales process will happen. For return also, whether you are going for the replacement. For replacement, what is the process? Okay, there is a subsequent delivery is there. That is nothing but a replacement. And earlier in ECC only we have a normal return process. In S4HANA we have a advanced return management. In one single shot itself, you can do the replacement, or you can give the settlement, return money. So in Amazon, you are ordering something, right? If you receive the defective product, how you are going to return your product? Either replacement or refund, right? That is the advanced, like, that is the feature of the advanced return management. Okay. And we have a various determination procedures, and we have a various special business process also. Okay. I'm going to explain each and everything in detail. And I have a all like resources. I have prepared my own resources. I will be shared these resources through your share folders. You will have a common share folder access, and all recorded session will be downloaded there only. See, I will show you where it will be there. So already one batch is running. For that, I have already the lot of recording sessions. So this is a recorded sessions. So 19th, so almost 19 sessions I have taken till date. Okay, I am going to explain interview questions also. Sometimes in between I am doing the recap session to know how much you have understood, how much you have prepared for the interview also. So interview question also, last 2 days I have explained part 1 and part 2. 2 days I have explained about the what are all the interview questions which they are going to ask in the real-time projects. Okay, that is also I'm going to explain, and sometimes again recap on the subject. Okay, so these are all the access, and notes also will be available in this folder. You will get all the notes. Okay, and parallelly you will have a special business process. These are all the important process. Definitely in interview, the any one of these process they are going to ask you in the interview, and you have to be perfect that key. At least you should take 5 minutes to explain this process. And earlier the credit management will be there. So now the credit management is like they have made integration with the FSCM, financial supply chain management. Now the finance team is responsible for that, but for that also SD integration is required. I'm going to explain this also. So normally, no one is going to explain financial FSCM credit management in the normal training session. So that I'm going to cover. Also, partly I'm going to cover the project overview. So how the implementation project will be carried out. So which methodology they are using, and I will explain you few part about the rise of W concept. Rise of W is nothing but a that is a any implementation, any like standard process is not there. For example, if SAP is not providing a standard process, how the company like how the implementation team is like implementing the business requirement. For example, business is required one process that is not available in the SAP standard. How we are going to implement as a separate task. So that is the concept of the rise of W. RICEFW. So these are all there, okay, and available to promise also there. How your product like availability check will happen in the system. That also I'm going to explain, okay. And no one will explain the IPO because they will explain normally third party sales, but they are not explaining the IPO. That also I'm going to cover IPO and stock transfer. This is a integration model. Only theory they are going to explain. in all the institute, I'm going to show you the end-to-end process also in stock transfer. And this is very important. With this, I'm going to end my demo session. If you have any doubt, you can feel free to ask. And these are all resources which I have created myself, and this will be make to available in your share folder once the chapter is covered during the session. If you want to see, I will show you one enterprise structure, how I have prepared the. This is the enterprise structure. Normally any business na, so they are having these structure like departments. One is company, company code, plant, storage location, shipping point, sales. This is a R structure. Okay. And also, so how it will be configured in the system, that end-to-end scenario also I have taken the screenshot in from the SAP. So by reading this, you can do the transaction in the SAP system. Whatever I have mentioned now, if you go in this path, if you write, so every step I have mentioned manually, and if you follow these steps now, definitely you can able to create your own org structure. And at the end of the topic, you will have a interview questions. See, this is the interview questions. What is sales line? What is sales area? So everything I'm going to explain you. What are all the interview questions? Which interview questions they are going to ask? Only one thing is I'm going to assure you, I will definitely make you from stone to statue. That I'm for sure. I'm going to, please be trust. If you have any doubt, do not hesitate. Anytime you are like free to, like you are okay to ping me anytime in the WhatsApp. Okay, we will make a separate group for the our own team, and any communication is there, you can ping me in the group. So definitely I'm going to give a solution in the WhatsApp also. If possible, we can connect whenever it is possible. But only one thing I need from your end, that key, there will be a separate dedication will be there. Okay. And you have to practice thoroughly. Whenever I complete a session, na, you have to do immediate practice. Otherwise, if you keep on pending, na, you cannot able to make a perfect. You cannot be able to become a perfect in the subject. Okay. That's all from my end. So if you have any doubt, any query, please feel free to ask.
Hello, Arvind.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you are only explaining about only SD module, yes, completely from scratch.
Yeah. Because I am responsible for SD and I am a
For
SD
SD,
functional
yeah.
consultant. Okay. So here I am going to train you about the sales and distribution module. And there will be a other module also there within the process. We have a integration module within the process itself. We will be taking the integration. We will be the responsible for FI integration, but
Okay.
it will be in coordination with the particular module functional consultant. That also, without their support, how we are going to integrate, that also I am going to teach you here.
Okay. Other modules also, how we integrated with SD, that one also you will explain.
Right. See, whenever there is
Yeah.
a sales process is there, na, so whenever you do the
Yes, yes.
PGI, post goods issue, so how your material document, inventory document will be generated. There you need a FI, SD integration. That I am going to show
Yes.
you. And whenever you do create a invoice billing, right, your revenue will be posted to the FI entries, right? How that integration will be done, that is also I am going to explain you.
Okay. What is this how it will be job opportunities in the market? SD for the SD for the SD.
SD na, so SD, MM, and FICO. These three are every time huge demand will be there. Every time huge demand will be there. If you see, I'm not going to like explain you about the how the demand is there in the market. You can do search in the internet itself by browsing. You can do check in the Naukri, you can do check in the LinkedIn and other job platforms. There is a huge demand is there. Every day, the each and every expert person they are getting a call for the recruitment.
Okay. And then one more thing, right now we are all having a experience in the pharmaceutical industry. Yes. So each various departments we are all having experience. So if I taken this SD course and if I learn this module, so then later when I got the if I want to move to the software, then they will consider my experience or they will not consider.
Definitely they are going to consider. I am also from the same background. I am also not related to the SD, right? I am also from the other domain background. I also switch to the IT, right? See, normally in everywhere, those who are working as a SD, like who are maybe the consultant, functional module consultant, they are not directly from the SAP background. They all from the domain background only, like you, like me. But the
Okay.
thing is, how much you are capable to understand the concept, how much you are delivering that concept into the real scenario, that is purely depends on the you. That's what I am telling you. Whenever I am explaining any topic, now please understand properly. If you are not able to understand, ask me several times. I am able to teach you in the layman language. I will make you perfect until you become a
Okay.
success.
And one more thing, if is there any like if you are explaining in uh, application or only you will show the screenshots and you will explain the
No,
course
no, no.
completely.
I will show you each and every transaction in the like. See, we have a
Application on
application.
like
I will show you.
okay,
I will show you.
real time application you will show and then you will explain everything.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's fine. And one more thing, if any we need to do something in the application, then is there any possibility hands-on experience for the
Yeah,
hands-on experience?
you will get the server access. Okay, so
Okay,
you can contact Mr. Girish for the server access. Okay, he will
okay,
provide. So just
okay,
talk to him, and we in this server only. First, initially, I will explain you about the theory. Actually, in
okay,
real time business, how the process will be happen. For example, I will show you one document that is a cash sales and rush order. Okay, this is a cash sales and rush order. How the cash sales will happen in the actual scenario. Normally, the you are going to shopping mall, right? You are purchasing some products, right? That is nothing but a cash sales. It
yes,
is nothing but a counter sales. And what are all
okay,
the features, what are all the configuration you have to do, that I am going to explain you, and what is the difference between those two. And parallelly, once I explain this theory na, so I am going to explain you in the system also. So yesterday I
okay,
explained, so this billing was done, we have done entire OTC process. OTC is nothing but a order to cash. Okay, so in
okay,
SP, so this is nothing but a these two process already we executed from order to billing. If you see this document flow, see this is nothing but a this is a cash sales. Okay, sales order, delivery, and the billing. Okay, this I am going to explain you in detail. Don't worry on that part. I will show you
okay,
each and every transaction so that the entire thing will be recorded, and recorded session will be available to access for you, and you can do the entire practice also by seeing my recorded sessions.
okay,
That will be there, and parallelly, see, you can see the other document also. So third party process, consignment sales process. For example, the third party sales process. See, this is third party sales process. Every configuration will be there, and intra-company sales process. Intra-company sales process. So how intra-company sales will happen? So all configuration details will be there. Okay, what are all the prerequisites? How you will configure in the system? What is the path? Where to go? What are all the field to be entered? That entire details will be there. And this I'm going to explain in theoretical manner also, with taking the real-time scenario as a your company's only example. Pharmaceuticals also I'm taking as an example. I'm going to link that pharmaceuticals into the system. Okay.
Okay, Arvind. It's clear.
Any doubts? Other members, you have any doubts?
No.
What about the fee structure and all?
That you check with the Girish. Girish,
Okay.
Yes, end of this meeting and end of this session, and we'll share the fee details with the person.
and let me
Okay.
know. So once you enroll, na, before enrolling, so let you decide all together which time is convenient. So accordingly, we are going to conduct a session because it should be convenient for everyone and everyone should be available at the scheduled time.
Okay, sir.
Girish, if any possibility, can you explain here only all peoples are there? Can you explain about the fee structure and all? So it is
Yeah, yeah,
helpful.
yeah. Like other candidate also is joined there. Okay, from the
Okay.
different source. So I'll need to share the fee details over a WhatsApp. Okay, it should be
Okay.
like
Okay.
transparent for all actually. Nothing to worry on that subject.
No, okay. Okay. It's okay, Girish.
And if you are available on weekend also, okay, you want whether daily sessions or weekend sessions, additional session also. So I am going to cover that also. Okay, don't worry on this part. So I am assuring you that I will definitely make you perfect in the subject matters.
Okay, Arvind. Very thanks
Currently,
for
one batch is
explaining
running.
very.
You can ask, you can contact them also. Okay,
Yes.
so they have now they become expert and they can run entire end-to-end cycle by own.
Okay. And one more thing, you will not assure any job. Yes.
Job for interview purpose, backend support. I'm like for interview preparation, na, I will do support. Okay, if
Okay.
anything they ask, if you are not able to answer for that, at that time, again you connect me. I will explain you the concept. You can say how you need to answer for the questions, particular questions. During the session itself, I am going to cover all the interview questions. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes if they ask out of the box, that is also let me discuss with me. So we will connect again and we will discuss about that.
Okay. Okay. Arvind.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Arvind. It's very nicely you explained everything, each and everything. So it's a good session.
Thank you so much. And only Satish is talking. I think hope all other guys also understood properly. The concept is very understood. Okay. If you have any doubt, don't hesitate. You can feel free to ask. Because if you keep silent, na, so I can understand only that key whether you are 50% understood or 50% not understood or fully understood. That is very difficult for me. So at least you should you should ask something, or you should say so everything is understood.
Actually, we are all from the same department. That's
Yeah,
why Satish has, whatever the questions we discussed, Satish was asking.
yeah, no problem. So don't. don't feel anything. Okay, I will take your pharmaceuticals as also example, and I will take other industry also example. We'll run the show in the SAP platform. Okay,
Okay.
right.
Okay,
Thank you,
Arvind.
guys. Girish, you can
Yes,
further
yes.
discuss with them and let me know when can
Okay.
they are okay.
Okay.
And, I will tell about my candidates also.
Mhm.
One person he did not able to connect. Maybe I will check with him also again.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
And one more lady is there that she will also join. Okay.
Mhm.
So she already know very well about me. So she is also going to join. So
Okay.
from my side, 3 people will be there.
Mhm.
So check with your team. That's it.
Yeah, I will
Arvind,
check and I will update you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Arvind, I have a one query.
Yeah. Tell me, Satish.
Can you share this recording session? I will share with my one of my friend is not able to join today, so I will share with him and he can take a one
No,
like
no
call.
problem. I will share with the Girish and you can collect
Yeah.
from the Girish. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Girish, can you share this
Yes,
recording session also, this demo session? Then
yes,
I
yes.
will
We'll
share
do.
it.
We'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Chalo.
Yes, Arvind. With respect to this, we'll close this session and
Yeah.
we'll catch you in the evening. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.